Yo, I'm Bob. Into Star Wars. Happen to be totally blind since birth. Going to be unboxing an action figure from the Vintage Collection today. This should be, according to the emails I got from the action figures I'd ordered a long time ago, this should be Count Dooku from the Vintage Collection. Feels like the Vintage Collection figure packaging. Little stick of a bubble on a card. So, could be Chopper, but I'm thinking it is Dooku. Yep. That it is. That it is. I'm going to try to... Ooh, hopefully there's nothing in this little tray. Yeah, there... Ooh. There is something in this tray here. I'm going to get that out of there real quick. Don't want to lose anything he comes with. There's a tray behind the tray. Alright. So he's got lightsaber hilt. Looks like. Here he is. And he was, of course, portrayed by the legendary Christopher Lee. Boy, I love that guy. In Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, Hammer films. Alright, I'm going to pause this, break him out of the figure tray, and we'll get a closer look. Back in the blink of an eye. So here is Count Dooku, or Darth Tyrannus, out of his packaging. And he is all new, no used parts as far as I can tell. And I like the tightness of this guy's joints. He is not loose at all. His joints kind of use the ratcheting system. So I like that a lot. And he has a cloth goods cape. I have him armed with his distinct curve-handled lightsaber there. I love the hilt of his lightsaber. I used to have the Revenge of the Sith roleplay Dooku lightsaber a long time ago. I don't think I have it anymore, but I always liked that saber hilt. It's one of my favorites. So yeah, he's got his hoity-toity cloth goods cape on there. Such a cool look for his character. Rocking his cape. I've always loved what they did with his outfit in Attack of the Clones. This is, as far as I know, the version of Dooku from Attack of the Clones. I don't think he changed outfits much, if any, in Revenge of the Sith. I had the Revenge of the Sith version, I do believe. And, I mean, the cape looks the same. The rest of his costume looks the same. But really glad to have an all-new version of Dooku. My version from Revenge of the Sith, the joints are still tight, but just wonderful to finally get this guy in the Vintage Collection. So Dooku has an unignited lightsaber hilt. It fits better, at least in mine, in his right hand. And you're supposed to be able to clip it on one side of his belt or the other. Probably his left, but maybe his right. I mean, the little peg hole is minuscule, so I haven't I haven't found mine yet. I'll figure it out eventually, though. But yeah, you can have him holding the hilt in his right hand if you want him to have it unignited, or it clips onto one of the sides of his belt. I would say possibly the left, although he might wear it on his right. Probably his left, though. Looks like it's made for his left side. We weren't supposed to see this until Revenge of the Sith. Oh no. But yeah, he has an alternate hand. It is firing off some force lightning there, so you can plug that right in if you want. I totally forgot we were getting the Force Lightning hand with Dooku. And that is, I'd say, one of my favorite accessory pieces. I just really enjoy dark side abilities, Force Lightning and all that. It's made of a rubbery plastic there. I wish we could have gotten an alternate left hand as well. But yeah, it just plugs in nice and neat. He can't really hold his lightsaber in his alternate hand. His alternate hand it's got a bit of a looser grip. So, I mean, I guess you could if you worked at it a little bit. I don't know. I just think it's awesome that we get a Force Lightning firing hand for the Count here. Maybe one of these days we'll get a Tales of the Jedi version of Dooku. I don't think it would take very much work to make him look a bit younger. He probably wore a different outfit, or maybe he didn't. They really don't describe the costumes in the audio description tracks for animation. There's only so much they can describe, but I would like to see a bit of a younger Dooku. I do know he wore a hooded robe at certain points during the Clone Wars when he was addressing certain folks over holofeed as Darth Tyrannus. At least I'm pretty sure he had his hood up. And I'd like perhaps a hooded robe at some point for Dooku to kind of give him that enigmatic look whenever he would go around addressing folks in the Clone Wars arcs via hologram. He didn't do it very much, but he did do it some when he wanted to really go all Darth Tyrannus. I mean, he pretty much kept all of that Sith stuff a closely guarded secret as best he could. But I did like the fact that we did see him in a hooded robe once or twice during the Clone Wars. The figure I like quite a bit. I give him a 10 out of 10. I only wish we could have had an alternate left hand bearing Force Lightning just like the right. But I mean, he's still nice tight joints. He's got the lit saber, the unlit saber, which I think it's awesome to have an unignited saber hilt for Dooku. I'm glad that we didn't get a hilt that had a blade that pegged into it because that would have broken right away. So glad that they did away with those a long time ago and we get ignited and unignited saber hilts. Just, I think, a fantastic addition to the accessories. I guess if you wanted to, you could detach his hands and his head and, go all Revenge of the Sith in terms of looks for him. That's perfectly doable since the head's on a ball joint barbell. I think both hands can probably easily be detached from the wrist ports there. So you could have him on his knees if you wanted with hands missing. Anyway, till next time, guys, may the Force be with you.